Yo, what to do, ladies and gentlemen? This is the randomest of the random potatoes, and thank you for joining me in my second installment of my Learning Halo Wars series, a series in which I play Halo Wars, trying to learn and master the game and show you the most entertaining and best games of this journey. I thank you very much for joining me, and this is the second episode where I am running a brute chieftain, and my brother who's playing with me is Anders. So let's go ahead and get into this one. Anyways, like I said, I'm playing as a brute chieftain, and my brother's Anders. Obviously, he's kind of new to the game. By kinda, I mean very new. But we do manage to do pretty well in this one. Um, I go on the offensive pretty early, which goes decently well. I think the real benefit of me going on offense is early and as aggressively as I did was them investing a lot into their defense as opposed to their offense, so build up uh, they couldn't really build up any sort of force to fight us with or attack us with. So anyway, I'm trying to advise my brother to double base, but he doesn't really want to, which I'm just whatever. You do what you want. It was fine. Either way, he was gonna build up hogs, and he's building a reactor third. I'm saying that's not the best idea, but I'm leaning. I don't really mind. He's new, and that's quite all right. So here I'm gonna go ahead and send my chieftain over to see what kind of damage I could do before he gets wasted. Which later in the game I end up regretting letting him die. Spoiler alert. I don't actually attempt to preserve his life at all. I'm going purely for damage, and or you'll see what happens here. And just wanted to scoop up these resources on the way. So I'm sending them over there, and I'm actually being negligent and forgetting to train brutes. And here I'm like, ugh, I'm being sloppy. And also I'm not building up supply pads either, which is also very sloppy. I could have been a lot more efficient about that, but it wasn't too bad. I didn't do too much harm to myself, I don't think. I do have a lot of resources. But yeah, so we're moving over there. My brother, he's doing what he does. He's building up kind of slowly, but he's a new player. Not to hark on him. He does all right. He's good. Here I'm getting paranoid that they're trying to take this back base, which once I see the blue scout, I know he is, and the real evidence here is that he goes behind there, which I assume his plan was to hide back there and wait till we forgot about it and then try to buy it, which is actually what I'd do, except for he made the mistake of scouting me first. But that was all right. Um, so my chieftain is closing in on blue's base, and I didn't know which one of them to attack, so I decided to go ahead and attack the blue one, seeing as he tried to pull some slickness on us. Or I don't know that he was actually trying to be slick, but it looked like he was trying to buy that base, which I'm not down with. I wasn't cool with it. So I go and attack him. This is why I say they were ready for us. He's already pumping things from a barracks. Already had the turret building. My brute numbers are pretty low, given that I, started pumping them a bit late. Um, so I take out the turret, which that's good for knocking down a good 250 resources on their part. So I'm pretty happy about that. I try to find the value in everything I destroy. Really, I didn't gain much from destroying the barracks. Just that would allow me to prolong my attack, but unfortunately, it didn't do much because orange was already pumping as well. I kind of wish I'd attacked a heavy supply pad instead. I don't know that there was any way that this could have been more lucrative, to be honest with you, but because it wasn't actually very lucrative, but it was something. It got them to invest into their defenses and buy a bunch of Marines that probably wouldn't find other purpose and buy turrets and things, which which is kind of what I wanted. Turrets aren't very useful. Well, they can be, but not against me all the time. That doesn't make sense. Let me shut up. But anyway, here I'm just trying to do whatever damage I can. You see me vortexing, which probably isn't the wisest decision, seeing as I'm not even on Citadel yet. But regardless, I'm trying to do what I can. They dropped both of their D-bombs, which I was pretty happy about, because, you know, those things are not cheap. Buying a D-bomb can set you back quite a bit. Well, early game anyway. I mean, not so much that you can't recover, but it can set you back a little bit. So here I figure, okay, well, I'm not doing any more damage. They've kind of got the jump on me. Let me just pull out. So I pull my Chieftain over there. I'm just going to let him chill in case I want to go and attack him again to be a distraction or whatever. And in a second, you'll see that they're not taking that answer. So they come and try to attack me again. And here I decide, I'm not pulling them out. So I leave them there, and they just kind of fight until they die. And I don't even watch it. I just don't care. There, I decide to double base, and then I'm wondering why I did that, and then I cancel it because I'm like, nah, that's not too great of an idea. And then I change my mind again. So now I just have brutes chilling that were ready to get into the fight, but now aren't going to get in the fight. My brother was going to air anyway. It was at that point I was like, hey, you should go air, and we should go on an air offensive together. But he was already going with air anyway, so it was fine. For whatever reason, he builds a turret. When I ask him when he does things, he just says, because I wanted to, and I'm like, I'm down with that. Keep in mind, he's older than me, so that's kind of funny. That's the type of response a 9-year-old would give. Just harking on him this game. It's not like that. We're cool. But he just wants to do things, so he does them. So I don't know. I guess I respect that logic. But so he's building up over there, and I'm going with I'm trying to get my air game crazy, and he's also gonna be pumping Hornets soon. He goes Tech 3 before he starts building any Hornets, which I was happy with, but at the same time I wasn't. I was happy with it because, you know, the wingman upgrade is deadly. It's disgusting. It's really good is what I'm trying to say. I'm not very clear with the way I say things sometimes, but at the same time, doing so would put his numbers at a disadvantage, that his numbers would be quite a bit lower. So I was slightly conflicted about that, but, you know, he did it, and I didn't really have a say in it. I didn't really speak a piece about it, so I was cool. Here's 7 minutes into the game. He gets in a little conflict with Orange. I don't see why he didn't push all his hogs in. If he had done that, he might have won this. I mean, this is where I start regretting not having the Chieftain, because I want to help him with that, but I don't want to give away the fact that I have air support, and he's thinking the same thing. He doesn't want to give away the fact that he's building Hornets, so he decides to just give up on that one, which he might have won had I sent in some brutes perhaps, and maybe he could have sent in all of his hogs. I don't know why he didn't do that in the first place. It didn't make a lot of sense to me, but so he went Tech 3, and at this one, I'm hoping that he has Hornets, or, you know, some Hornets. For whatever reason, he has none. I think he was really hell-bent on getting the middle and pushing them out to get those resources. Which the middle is not all that valuable. It's really valuable, given that there's resources and you'll have access to the Sentinels, which really and truly aren't that great of a thing. I guess the Super Sentinel has that stun ability, which is something that's really cool. But ultimately, I don't think the middle is worth losing an army over. Of course, he could have taken it. I don't know what stopped him from using all of his hogs. Maybe he was concerned about having something to defend his base with, which I could have definitely done, because if they're attacking, I could use my Banshees on that. At this point, I'm preparing to go aggressive again, and I'm telling him at this point he has Gauss hogs for whatever reason, and well, again, I'm conflicted about that because the plan was to go Hornets or go Air, but he went Gauss hogs, which uh, I'm conflicted about. There, all those flares I just threw up, I was showing him the path I wanted us to take because I didn't want to go straight through the middle because that would have given them just a little bit more time to react to what we were trying to do. So I wanted to go around and try to avoid any of their forces so we could catch them completely by surprise and hit blue again just cause I don't like blue for no apparent reason. So I tell him to send his hogs in first since my banshees are substantially faster, and he runs into quite a bit of the enemy forces on the way and AI bases, and his army takes some hits but nothing really too substantial. And then by this point they're over there and they've invested a lot more into their defenses, which I don't like but do like because that's probably why he didn't have anything to defend against us with. But at the same time, they're defenses and we're attacking. Simple math there why I don't like it. But his hogs get eaten up pretty quickly here, and I don't know that he has full comprehension of the concept of pump forces while your forces I don't know, pump and fight at the same time, basically. I don't know that he has full comprehension of that concept yet. Or he does now, because I explained it to him after this game, or during this game. So I think in the future we'll be a lot better about it. But I'm kind of the dominating force in this battle, and he's supporting me pretty well. He's keeping blue Spartans distracted, which the Spartans really did a number on my forces. I can't even lie about it, which is funny to think. Just you can only have 3 Spartans, and that was the main offensive thing to do damage to this attack. Of course, when I was double pumping like this, truly, unless they could get some air support out really quickly, which I know blue wasn't, given that I just destroyed a double reactor. He wasn't going to be getting anti-air out anytime soon. And even if he did, Ridge's hogs will be able to eat it up pretty quickly, given that they're Gauss. So we keep attacking, and we start to see a bit of Orange's forces, which is nothing but some infantry, which I find less than impressive, to be honest. Not to talk trash to whomever this person is. Gotta speak that proper English, ladies and gentlemen. But I didn't find that very impressive. Ridge is in the back pounding that supply pad, and I'm trying to get away from the Spartans. It's at this point where I realize that the Spartans are a bit of an issue, and I'm not down with fighting them anymore. So Ridge finally smacks that supply pad down. I'm so proud of him right now. And I try to keep my Banshees mobile to keep the Spartans off of me. And I think I eventually target them to finally end them. Here another one's about to board me, it looks like. And I tell Ridge to start pounding the main base here. I'm trying to go for this kill. And spoiler alert, we do get it, if there were any question about it. And then that's the only real battle that happens this game before he resigns for obvious reasons. He got attacked early on, and then he got attacked later on by a full army of Banshees, and then Orange just didn't want that problem, I guess, and didn't have anti-air, so he quit as well. But I say that was all around a good game, especially for my brother, who's a new player to the game. And I thank you very much for watching again. This is a pretty fun series. I like playing Halo Wars, and I like going back and reviewing what I've done. So if you like it as well, if you could drop a like, that'd be like radical, because I like likes. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching. Have a phenomenal day and enjoy the rest of your life, and goodbye.